Shiva, I must tell you that immediately after Second World War, the major powers, especially the US and subsequently the Russians, they realized that one who controls aerospace controls this planet. And that has been true now, more recently in the last 20 years. Chinese realized it. India has realized it. Out of the $2.44 trillion that were spent on defense around the world,
Wow.
more than 40% was on air and space. So that is the kind of importance that air and space are. We, as you mentioned, there are two major conflicts going on, one in Ukraine and the second in the West Asia. And in both, the air power, including the space power, has actually, as far as Ukraine is concerned, that before February 22, when the actual invasion took place, effectively, the eastern part of Ukraine was already under tacit control of the Russians because of pro-Russia population of that area. A major campaign was required to, annex that region. Right now, for quite some time, barring a little movement, more and less, the front is stabilized. That means around 20% of Ukraine is territory is with the Russians. But the war is continuing. And where is the war taking place? Not much movement on the ground, all in the air. Now, of course, we saw in the initial part of the war, space has been used for communications, for intelligence, and there have been attempts to jam the satellite links, jam the GPSs of the weapons, of the platforms. And there have been, of course, bulk of the weaponry that has been fired is air-launched cruise missiles and drones. We also saw that cruise missiles were used against Moskva, the cruiser, which was sunk by the Ukrainians. So bulk of the war that is taking place is in the air. And I must also mention that drones, cheap ones, anything between $10,000 to $50,000, they have democratized air war.